Tomisina with the Variant, and today we have our November 2020 spotlight with us, Mikomi from Mikomi's Costume World. Hi.
Hey guys, thanks for having me, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks for being here and being a spotlight. You have been a spotlight for us several times.
Yeah, I think this is my third year in a row.
Well, this year I noticed you have been September spotlight for both 2018 and 2019, but this year we got you like 2 months later, and you make a little special appearance in our October spotlights too. You did last year and this year.
Mm-hmm.
So many characters.
I love the spooky things.
Yes, I love spooky things. So what's been going on since I guess we interviewed you for your last spotlight last year?
Well, COVID's been going on. So that kind of took a damper on a lot of my plans. I had to cancel my entire travel schedule for 2020. That was a really sad day. Other than that, I haven't really been doing cosplay too much because, like, with no live events or, we couldn't travel out of the state, for over half the year. So there was no real motivation for me to work on anything costume design related or cosplay. So I've been grinding my Twitch, actually, and going hard into esports.
I was going to ask you if you've been leaning more towards the esports things than your cosplay side of your career because of COVID. There you go. How has it, besides your travel plans and everything being completely ruined, how's it affected your cosplay and your esports?
So as far as how it's affected my cosplay, it's really had me take a step back. Because I used to be nose to the grindstone, oh, I gotta get this done by this event, I need to get this done by this event, if this is not done, I need to repair this type thing. And it actually made me realize that I don't really need to be that stressed out about cosplay and everything, because if I wear the same costume, to multiple events and everything, unless an event is paying me to make a brand new cosplay to reveal or something, I don't need to do it. And so it's just been kind of nice to take a step back and relax and just kind of I've been taking a lot of inspiration creatively and everything. So I've been figuring out, I went through and sorted my whole costume supply area. I have 2 rooms filled up with materials like fabrics, leather, different types of foam, thermoplastics. And I went through and I sorted everything and I got rid of some stuff. And then I made a list of what materials I already had, a actual, I wrote it down in a notebook type list.
Nice.
And then with the list of what I had, I came up with multiple different cosplay ideas and costume ideas. So once things go back to normal, I know I won't be buying double of the same thing and everything. That's a huge problem for a lot of us cosplayers. We forget where we have things, or that we have something and we go out and buy 5 yards of the same fabric and blow $100 for no reason.
Yeah.
So I kind of planned out what I'm going to be doing once live events start back up and everything, which has been nice. And then what I've been doing on esports. So I'm retired as a pro player and everything, and I've been really enjoying it. I came out of retirement for 2 weeks at the end of 2019 to compete in an international major, and my team placed top 16 in that. So that was fun. That was just something we did for fun. And then I did not touch Overwatch again until probably about a month ago, I think, is when I actually picked the game back up and everything, because I had one of my collegiate teams that I work with, they wanted me to do a coaching session. I'm like, well, if I'm going to coach them, I should probably see what's going on in the game right now rather than give them washed up strategies from a year ago. And I had a few friends that decided to get back into it for the funsies too. So we're doing a streaming session on Twitch where we go from unranked to grandmaster and stuff. So we're just having a ball doing that. And I've gotten into the Valorant scene quite a bit. in esports. I was fortunate enough to get access to closed beta back in April or May. It came out one of those months. Whichever month it was, I got access to it. And I've been playing that game. I've worked with a couple of the semi-pro teams, and I've shoutcasted for a couple different tournament matches and stuff, and a few different scrimmages between pro teams. And that's been really fun. I enjoy the game. I'll never go pro in it because I'm not good at Counter-Strike, but it's really fun to play like casually and everything with friends. And recently, I think back the end of August, beginning of September, one of my cosplay friends, Melpool, he shoutcasts for different Smash Bros tournaments. And one of the ones that he shoutcasts for, they had some big names enter one week, and they had like 200 entrants, which is more than you normally get for online Smash Bros tournaments. And they were short a few shoutcasters. So he asked me to come and shoutcast with them. So I've been getting into Smash Bros shoutcasting, and that's been really fun because I haven't played the game since Melee, so I'm really good circa 20 years ago. Like now I'm like not. I don't even know what's happening half the time, but like whenever somebody plays one of, you know, the original characters, I'm like, oh, I know those move sets, I can actually contribute. So it's been really fun. I've been able to shoutcast some big names in esports. Like I've done a lot of Meister matches, and I've done like some of the top players from South America. I've been able to shoutcast some of their matches. I got to shoutcast the other week with Wonderful Skiff, and he does stuff for Team Liquid's tournaments, and so it's been really fun. I've met a lot of really cool people.
So it's like you're really getting out there without going anywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like normally I'd be traveling all the time and not really able to, you know, do these things. So it's kind of cool that I've been able to focus on the online side of everything I do for a few months.
Yeah, that's really cool. What do you miss most about conventions and cosplaying in public and gaming in public, I guess, too?
As far as gaming in public, I miss the energy, you know, like LAN events are so fun, and especially when you win enough to get on the main stage and everything, like all the different like colored lights on you and all the cameras and stuff. It's like you never really feel like when you're playing video games as a kid that you're going to be in one of those situations as an adult or something. So it's just kind of like worlds colliding, kind of. It's really weird in that regard, but also like really cool. Like, wow, who'd have thought like playing Zelda growing up would lead to this type thing. Cosplay, I think, well, obviously the social aspect of cosplay is a huge motivator for me, because if I wanted to just simply pose in front of a camera or make costumes, like I'd work in Hollywood. Like I wouldn't do cosplay. So I really miss being able to hang out with my friends in real life and everything, because most of my friends now as an adult are all over the country, and we're not living in the same college town anymore. So I miss being able to see them at events. And then I also miss being able to teach up the next generation of cosplayers. Like I've done a lot of craftsmanship judging, and I've done a lot of, like, most of my panels are based off of like some type of educational aspect of the cosplay or esports worlds. And I really miss being able to have like that open dialogue with people who are looking to get into those two industries. So I kind of miss that as well. There's nothing quite like having a bunch of starry-eyed kids like asking you what college degree you need to get to do all this, and then saying none.
That's cute. I heard you have a new adventure, so tell me about Hope Esports.
So this is like one of the most random things that's turned into something that I've done over the past, like 10 years. So I was like, my old job went under and I got furloughed because of COVID and everything. And so I've had all the spare time on my hands, so I decided to get back into streaming. And while streaming, I made a bunch of friends, like I mentioned in the Valorant esports scene and everything. And I did other things with like Smash, and I've done things in a few other esports as well. And a few of us just got together, and like some of the veterans, we all decided to get together. We were like, you know what? We're sick of all of this crap that's happening in the esport industry. Like all of these kids are getting, and by kids I mean people younger than me, so like, you know, mid 20s younger kids. And like we see all these kids getting taken advantage of. We see like all of the different scandals that have come out over the past year, the unfortunate suicides that have happened with some prevalent members of the community, like the mental health issues that have gone around, just all the toxicity. And then like how smoke and mirrors the whole industry is. Like when you're an insider and everything, just the amount of BS that big companies push to the outside that make it seem like, oh yeah, no, it's totally normal for you to give up like 40% of your tournament earnings, or it's normal for you to split your Twitch revenue with an org and stuff like that. And we're like, pretty sure the org is supposed to pay the players to be part of the org, but the orgs are just taking advantage of the players. And the same thing with sponsors. Like a lot of like, we use Instagram marketing, since most of the most of your audience are cosplayers. Like I'll use Instagram marketing. So like, you know, all those people that have like affiliate codes and they're like Instagram influencers and stuff like that. Like it's basically like MLM marketing schemes, you know. And they do the exact same thing in esports, except for instead of it being on Instagram, it's with, you know, like an energy drink or like a keyboard or something like that, where like you didn't actually get anything given to you. You had to pay for it with your own money. And then they gave you a code to do free advertising for them on your own platform. And it's just, it's so backwards and everything. And it's like, they're just taking advantage of people who are so desperate to get into an industry that seems super glamorous and fun and everything. And we just decided, let's just make our own thing, because we're sick of watching kids get taken advantage of. And we don't like this stuff being mainstream. One of the guys that is working with me on this, he's my COO. He's one of the founders of esports. Like he was one of the first streamers and everything. He was one of the first pro gamers. And like he and I have been in this industry for so long, just like watching how the industry has changed over the years to what it is, and we're not okay with it. So we're going to try to put the big boy and big girl pants back on, and we're going to go ahead and make that change that the industry needs to get it back on the right track and everything, and just add humanity back into gaming.
Good, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're doing an org, we're doing tournaments, we're going to have some pro players and some pro teams. We're going to be announcing that later.
Awesome.
But yeah, we're really excited about it. We have investors, we have sponsors. It's the most random idea that turned into something kind of on accident, but we're going with it.
That's nice when that happens.
Yeah, it happens, I guess.
That's awesome. Is it like a broad, are you going to do, you said you're going to do tournaments, right?
Yeah, we're going to be hosting tournaments. We're going to be doing tournaments for like semi-pro and pro-level players with like decent-sized prize pools. And we're also going to be doing some community events. Like, for instance, one of the things that I've been talking about on my social media is once I maintain 100 subs, I'll host a tournament for my Twitch channel. And everything will be doing like community tournaments like that, where like, you know, you don't need to be a pro in order to enter and have fun. Like, we'll still shoutcast it. There's still a cash prize. It's going to be obviously a lot less than like a sponsored tournament, but like we're going to be doing something for the average gamer as well.
That's awesome.
And we're going to have some pro teams. We're looking at having some people in the fighting game community. So like Street Fighter, maybe some Tekken, looking at Smash Bros. We're also looking at having some FPS teams, because your girl loves FPS games. It's where I got my start and I want to keep repping the shooters. So we're looking at maybe having an Apex Legends team, maybe a Valorant roster. So, yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. How can people get to be a part of it? I guess you said amateurs and everyone can come play. How could they learn about it and join?
Oh, yeah. And because, like, one of my favorite experiences as a pro player, like, yeah, winning's cool and all, but, like, having, like, your match streamed, you know, on the tournament platform, and then, like, having a really good shoutcaster and everything, like, getting the play-by-play of your gameplay and everything, and that's the coolest thing. To me anyways, like, that and having my name on the back of a jersey, like, those were the two best things. And so I'm really excited to be able to provide at least one of those experiences to regular people.
Neat. Are you going to be playing with people as well, or are you going to mostly oversee everything and do the shoutcasting?
If I get peer pressured enough, I might play in something. I'm still good enough to play in tournaments for Overwatch. It's just I don't really want to deal with that. I don't know. Maybe I might check out like Overwatch 2 when it comes out, or Cold War, the new Call of Duty game. Like that is looking pretty cool. But I have no plans currently to play in any tournaments. But I have some pretty persuasive people working for me. So if they tell me it's a good enough marketing plan, I might sit up and actually turn a monitor on again.
Have you ever played as like an alias gamer to troll people on any of these games that you're awesome at?
Oh, absolutely. I have so many aliases, it's hilarious, and most people don't know what they are. I made a new one. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get your video demonetized, but it's pretty trollish. I let the people on my fan page pick it, and it's majestic. And it's so majestic, I even linked my phone number to it, so I can actually get it on the top 500 leaderboards for Overwatch. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take a picture of it, and then I'm probably never going to play on the account again. But yeah, I do different aliases. Because when you're a high-level gamer, in order to play with people, you need to have, like, multiple accounts and everything, because there's, like, skill gap, or, like, you can't compete with people either a certain skill ranking higher than you or lower than you. So, like, in Overwatch, I'm on the high end, so I have to make a Smurf account, or, like, a really low-level account and intentionally make it low-level to play with people. But unfortunately, like, when you're a Grandmaster or a top 500 player like I am, there are different levels of how much you need to throw your account to go down, because like I have some friends that are in like Diamond and Masters even that I wouldn't be able to queue with, so I have to kind of throw but not really to get an account placed there. But then I have some friends that are just not gifted at video games, and they're in like Platinum or lower, so like where the majority of gamers fall, so like the average gamer, and I have to throw my account very hard. Like I actively have to go out of my way to do stupid things in order to make my account get placed low enough so I can play with friends and stuff. But in Valorant, it's the other way around. I'm actually like, I'm good at Valorant, but I'm not good enough to be like pro level, so I'm like only slightly above average, so most of my friends actually have to hop on the Smurf to play with me. But yeah, we have lots of funny aliases. We're working on, I just made a new account for Valorant, and one of my friends has an account, it's called I Cry After Sex. And so I made one, I Cry Before Sex. So when we do a queue together, it'll be like a meme and everything, so a lot of people will do things like that. And I've done it before, not just in Valorant, but in Overwatch with secret accounts and stuff.
Have you ever, like, hidden the fact that you're a girl gamer when you do that? No?
No. It's actually really funny, because I've played in every single rank in Overwatch. Like, I've coached people from Bronze all the way to Grandmaster collegiate teams. I've played on Grandmaster top 500 semi-pro teams. and I've played at international tournaments. The people that care that I'm a female are the average and below average gamers. And it's really funny to me because, like, there's a stigma against really high level players actually being the most toxic. And in some regard, we are, because smaller mistakes have larger consequences the higher you climb in a video game, because fewer mistakes happen. And the enemies know how to capitalize on those mistakes better than like an average level person who like can barely aim does. So like we are a lot more toxic on the high level, but we're more so toxic in the fact that like if somebody does something stupid, like we're gonna say, hey, why'd you do that? Like, why are you being stupid? Regardless of a person's gender. Like we very rarely bring gender into it. But like you go to the low level and I'll smurf sometimes by like a solid 2000 SR. Like I'm currently doing a coaching session in gold right now, and I'm smurfing literally by 2000 SR. So like half of the entire ranking system for the game.
Wow.
And I have people tell me all the time, like, oh, well, you just suck because you're a female. And I'm like, really? I suck? Wow, tell me more about how I don't know how to play this game, please. What am I doing wrong? I'm curious. And like I'll get the whole, oh, are you playing from your smart refrigerator? Or like I actually get told to go in the kitchen and make somebody a sandwich. And then I'm like, maybe if you could aim better than me, I would make you a sandwich, but that's not likely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to know on the higher level, you guys are calling people out for doing something stupid rather than something stupid like gender.
Yeah, like, I mean, if I do something stupid, I expect to get called out. But, like, if I'm getting called out for just existing as a female, like, no, you're a problem.
Yeah. Good to know you don't have to deal with that much. Let's see. What's your, do you have a fun favorite story about shoutcasting? Something happened?
Probably when I got to Shoutcast Meister for, I think it was my second week shoutcasting him. Meister's, I think, currently number 5 or 6 in the world for Smash Brothers, and he's the #1 Game & Watch player in the world. But he's really good at online tournaments and everything. Like, he's really good at LAN tournaments as well. I mean, he wouldn't be in top 10 if he was bad at LAN tournaments. But he's just really, really good at online tournaments and everything. And he was playing against somebody, I think they were a Nest player, but he was just completely screwing around with them. And it was hilarious because I had the match that I was shoutcasting up on my one monitor, and then on my other monitor, I had his stream up, and he was just doing whatever chat told him to do, like run all the way under the map and like come back up and then like throw bacon at him, because that's one of Game & Watch's attacks. He makes like a cast iron skillet and he flips bacon at people. It's really funny. And so he was doing that, and he got Ness's health up till he had like 330% damage before he killed him. And in Smash Bros, that's an insane amount of damage. Most of the time, unless a character is a heavy character, once they're in the like 130 to like 150 area, they're in like the kill zone damage percentage wise. So it was just wild that he like played around with this guy long enough for him to get that amount of damage. Then just to like throw him off the stage. And what he did is Game & Watch has this move, it's called the bucket. It's one of his special moves, and his bucket can absorb enemy projectile attacks and stuff. And Ness does a lot of projectile attacks because he's like, that's just his character type from like, because he's from the video game series like Earthbound and Mother and everything, and so he does like a lot of psychic attacks, and his psychic attacks are ranged. And so he just like sucked up a bunch of those attacks in the bucket, and then in order to kill him, he threw his bucket at him. And so he basically killed him with his own attacks and everything. It was just really funny. And the other Shoutcaster, Mel, and I were losing our minds on stream, like, oh my god, I've never seen a nest take this much damage before. And everything. It was just really funny. Because, like, it's just one of those things that you don't really see in a tournament very much, because tournaments are very, like, the gameplay is just so much more calculated and everything. It was just really cool to see, like, a pro literally screwing around and having a good time. Like, it was really fun.
That's good. Do you get nervous before tournaments?
As a player, I think I did at first. After the first, like, tournament, it kind of wore off, but I'm very fortunate in that I placed second in my first tournament.
Wow.
So I developed an ego pretty quickly. And I didn't really get nervous after that. Like, I would get nervous if I played against certain people. Like, I had to play against some people who played in I don't know if they're retired now or not, but they played in contenders, and I played with them before contenders were a thing. Like, I played against them in tournaments, and they were really good then, and knowing, like, oh crap, I'm going against, like, the #1 DPS in North America, this is gonna suck. Like, just things like that. Like, I'd get a little bit nervous, or if, like, I had a friend on the enemy team and I knew that they were gonna go out of their way to make my life miserable, I guess I would get a little bit nervous. But other than that, like, no, it was just, like, you're playing a video game. If you lose, you lose. You're still playing a video game.
True.
Yeah, and it was just fun. And I was fortunate that as a pro player, my paycheck was never contingent on my ability to win tournaments. Like, yes, I did win quite a few. But even if I didn't win a tournament, like, I still got my paycheck at the end of the month. So I didn't have that stress, where a lot of pro players do actually have that stress to a certain degree. So I'm very fortunate as well that I didn't have to deal with that.
That's good. Do you get nervous shoutcasting or running the tournaments?
I got so nervous running a tournament. I did one tournament that was run through a Blizzard community license a couple years ago, and I was an actual ball of stress the entire week leading up to it. I decided after that tournament I'd never be a tournament organizer again.
Oh.
I can't handle that stress. Like, it looked smooth from the outside looking in, but it was really nerve-wracking. I respect tournament organizers. I can't do it. I have too much anxiety. But for shoutcasting, I got nervous the first couple times I would shoutcast, especially for Smash, because I haven't played Smash consistently in about a decade. I was really good back in Melee, and that's when I peaked as a player. But I just wasn't able to keep up with the game because I was a broke college kid, and I didn't have the money to buy the new consoles and stuff. So I fell behind. And so my nervousness from shoutcasting came from my ignorance of, like, modern strategies and movesets, because the player pool is, like, 3 or 4 times greater than it was back when I played the game. So there's, like, 70 characters. I have no clue what they do. And trying to, like, shoutcast and do play-by-play for, like, what their movesets are when you don't know, you're just guessing by looking at it. It was very nerve-wracking at first. For Valorant and other, like, first-person shooters, no nerves whatsoever. Like, because I play the games every day, so I know what's happening. I know why it's happening. I know most likely what's going to happen next. So it makes shoutcasting easier in that regard.
That's helpful. What can we expect from you in 2020, 2021? Tournaments
with $1,000 prize pool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. You can expect to see a lot of content from me. I'm actually going to be going really hard in the content creation. I'm going to be getting back into doing dance videos too, which is something that I haven't done in like a decade. I'm excited about that.
Ooh, that'll be fun.
We're going to be going really hard on YouTube for both gaming content. Well, I live in the South. Gaming content, as well as we're going to be doing some vlogging series, actually. I'm hoping COVID lifts in 2021, so I can get to shooting some of these series that people have wanted me to shoot for years. Now that I have a film crew, I'm going to utilize them.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing some of that. I don't think I will be entering into any tournaments soon unless I get heavily peer pressured, very heavily peer pressured. So none of that for me, but still lots of gaming content. Hopefully you're going to hype up some of my players when they enter into tournaments.
Woot.
But yeah, other than that, just some business.
Yay. Well, you've had a couple OC characters you've brought to us for spotlights. Do you have any of those coming?
I don't think so. Like OC is in like original character, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think that I'm gonna have any of those coming up. I have such a backlog for what I'm gonna do for like regular cosplays and everything. I'm probably gonna put the OCs on hold. Like I might make if COVID lifts. If COVID is like if the cure comes out in 2021, I will most likely make another OC like fantasy outfit, like maybe a suit of armor or like a fairy again or something. But I'm assuming it's not gonna lift. So I'm not going to be doing that. For upcoming cosplays, I would like to do Ari from League of Legends. I really like her new KDA outfit. I also would like to do some more Overwatch characters now that I'm not grinding the game 8 hours a day. I actually have the time to make costumes for them. So I'm wanting to do that. Maybe finally make a Mercy. Since I was one of the best Mercy players in the world, I should get on that.
Ooh, you'd be amazing, Mercy.
Yeah, I want to do the pink breast cancer awareness skin one, so I could use my real hair because her hair is just up in tails.
Yes, I wanna photograph that, of course.
It'll be fun. It'll be really fun. And then I want to do Odette Skin Widowmaker. I wanted to do her for years, and I want to go to like an actual dance studio and do bar work for the photo shoot. I think that'll be really neat. And then I haven't made a Skyrim cosplay in a fat minute, but it's about time I made another Skyrim cosplay. I have all the materials to make Ayla the Huntress. It's just a matter of actually pulling out my leatherworking tools again. So I have some plans. It's just a matter of figuring out which ones are going to be feasible to make on top of being like the CEO of an esport org now.
Yeah, just a little bit of extra pressure, you know. It's fine.
Just a little bit. Make people cry sometimes. And you know.
Well, you definitely didn't make us cry for this November 2020 spotlight. You have DC Bombshell Batwoman. You're phenomenal. I took the pictures, and I know they look amazing, so I hope everybody loves them. Not just because of me. Mikomi's amazing.
I'm really certain they're going to love them because of you. Your editing is crisp.
It looks so good.
Yeah,
and
you did a great job.
We were losing light there, but we made it really happen. I'm very happy about those.
Oh, yeah.
And you did Diva from Overwatch.
Yeah.
I feel like I photographed you in Diva before, but not for a spotlight. Right? Or was it the same one? There's so many divas.
I think we were going to, and then we did it.
That's right.
Yeah, because we did Gwenum.
Yeah.
Then we did the Coconut from the Hentai Cat game.
Those were cute.
Yeah. They were really cute.
Well, I definitely miss collaborating with you.
I miss you too.
But I need to stop. Is there anything you want to plug before we wrap this up?
Yeah. I stream on Twitch 3 days a week. If you want to get good at first-person shooters, follow me. If you want to get coached by me, who does coaching all over the country at all levels, drop me a fat sub. I'm trying to maintain 100 subs a month, and all of the proceeds I've been making off of Twitch over the past 3 months have actually gone into funding the start of Hope Esports. So I made an org off of my Twitch revenue. So I would like to continue with that, like upgrade things for players, maybe host some more community events. For hosting our first community Valorant event the weekend of December 19th. in my Discord server, and we're going to be doing a tournament. I'm getting custom overlays for it. I'm going to shoutcast for all of my wonderful followers and viewers and stuff. So we have some cool stuff. But yeah, my Twitch, everything is linked on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Mikomi-chan.
You've been staying so busy, despite.
Yeah, I don't sleep. I went to bed this morning at 4.
Ugh.
And then I woke up at 11 to remind somebody to text somebody regarding business stuff. And then I went back to bed for an hour, and then I woke back up again.
Well, thank you so much for interviewing with us. We always love to see you and love to have you and love to hang out with you. So very much appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.